Jackal Alphas. Here he is. There is the box on the back. Literally just shows you the sniper rifle and Potg unit, and various tallies scored on there as well for fun. So let me open this up. So I use a knife. Nice industrial tabs. Right. So we have one sprue and one bag base. There is the sprue. Everything on there. And let's have a look. So we need parts 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Much like the Jackals, the other Jackals, with a back wheel, main body, a fairing and a handle. This time though there's no arm attached. Looks like we've got 2 saddles on the side. We've got 13 and 12 there. And the wheel is part 5. I'm not sure what those arrows are trying to tell me, other than maybe you can turn the wheel from side to side. The wheels on the other ones are actually universal, no matter which way around you put them. It's the fairings that decide where the wheel ends up. So unless that's telling you that you can move the fairing around, I'll find out in a minute. So we'll get the bike parts off and put together, and on the base. And if there's any issues, I'll come back. Okay, so I think what it is, all they're trying to do is highlight the fact that this wheel has a little bit of MacGuffing on the front, which acts as a stand for the bike to set in place, because it's at a weird angle. I think because he's sort of like hanging off it. They've actually got a bit like on the back wheel where you've got that stuff there. You've got a little bit on the front wheel. So, because there's no way that the wheel turns other than with the fairing, and the fairing's locked in place with her. So I'm going to let that set, because it's still not set. And then we have part 8, which is the leg. And we have part 6, which is the other leg. And obviously 1 foot on the bike, 1 foot off, that's why the bike's at a weird angle. And then we have body section 7. And that's in it.
Yeah, head, arm, and
I'm going to hazard a guess this is another female.
do you reckon?
Mm-hmm. It's just the, again, the shape of the armour. I reckon it is.
Could well be.
Yeah, I think it is. I think the head is as well.
Cool.
Cool. So those 2 parts are going to go together. The head's going to socket in there, and the leg's going to go on the other side. I actually didn't put on part 13 and part 12. Mm-hmm. These go on the sides of the bike. I was too busy trying to figure out what the wheel was doing. So part 12 goes on this side. That's got the Voxcom on it. And part 13 is like a canister. It's going to go on that side. So let me stick those on, and I'll stick the legs and body together.
I think you're right, it is a woman looking at the picture.
And then we'll move on to putting the gun on at the end. Okay, so that is the stance we are in. Ready to fire across. So to do that we need to put on the gun, which is an amazing sniper rifle, and the other arm, which is holding it in place. So we'll put those bits on, And then I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
There's
it
no
for
more
that model.
parts.
That's it.
No more parts, just the rules there for the Jackal Alphas. Right, so let's get those on and have a look at the final model. Okay, so there we go. I did actually take the body off in order to get the gun on, so it's actually easier to make the body and the gun before trying to fit the legs on and stuff like that onto the bike. And again, there are two models separate on this one, so you could easily paint them separately. In fact, when she was off the bike, you could actually just pose her if you wanted to, stood on like a rock or something like that without the bike at all, or maybe in the background, like she got off the bike to shoot someone and get back on. It would be pretty good. There's a few little options you could do with this, but I think that is an awesome model. Again, the bike is cool, the sniper's cool. I really want to see how this works in the game, to be honest. A highly mobile sniper unit.
I think it'll be quite nasty, to be quite honest. I think it'll be quite devastating if used correctly.
For the 4-round Emperor. Right. Who's next? Whichever one I've picked up. It is the Sanctus. Okay, so I've listed back, so I'm going to hand it over to Claire to undo that. While she does that, I will pause the camera. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so here is the sprue for the Sanctus. We've got the little familiar guy there, the little, what are we calling him?
Didn't you say it was called Bartholomew?
Bartholomew, he's there, yep. Fair days. We also have this cool sniper rifle. I think that's optional, looking at the instructions.
Oh, right, so you can have
either the dagger or the sniper rifle.
I'll go for the sniper rifle.
It does look cool. I mean, I do like the dagger though, but the sniper, I mean, there's a theme to that. Right, so it's parts 2, part 1, part 4, which is his hand, which is how he's balanced on a skull. Part 3, which is his head. Part 5, which is a bit more on the ground, which will bring us to this here. So let's get these bits off and together. I'll let you know if there's any issues, otherwise we'll be back at this stage. So here we are so far. There is the model, looking really cool. So this is like a statue that he's perching on, his head. And there's like a body there of like a imperial military statue or something. Being on a good perch. So the two choices are the silencer sniper rifle or the bio dagger. And it's a really difficult choice because I can see the advantages of both. There is enough room there to drill a hole and put a magnet in, a small magnet. One of the 2mm magnets that I was showing you before. I'm just going to pick one. But you could easily magnetise this and have the two options. The dagger looks cool because of the way he stood. Then again, equally I think the sniper rifle looks cool because of the way he's crouching. So aesthetically, I'm not sure, I think they're both good. Game wise, potentially 10 damage once you're in combat. Sorry guys. And then D3 damage, plus 1 mortal wound if you roll 6. If it's a Psyker though, because of the powers of the warp, it's a heavy weapon, but you can start shooting as soon as he's on the battlefield. Does 10 damage. Hits on a 2. Wounds on a 2. I don't know, they're both good. Still hitting on a 2. It's a difficult choice. It is a really difficult choice. It's the most difficult choice I've ever had to make today.
I'm glad you said today.
I'm going to go with the sniper rifle. I know. That dagger's awesome.
Put the dagger over here then. Gone. It's gone now.
Right. It's done. It's done, guys. He's going to be a sniper. Okay, so to finish him off, we have a familiar who will allow him to ignore cover. Which is a 9, an 8, and a 10. So he's on like a little bit of piping, isn't he? Instead of hanging from it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You just ping the head over him.
So we'll stick him together, and he goes on the back of the model. Again, you could always leave this off, paint it separately. Something like that. Sorry, it's a bit fiddly, this thing. Especially since I just dropped the head.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, retrieved. That's what he looks like. You.
That's what he was doing when you dropped it. When he dropped his head. You, no!
Okay. Probably should have lost myself a bit more. No, it's alright. It's fine.
Is he on?
Yep. There he is.
Cool. It's a really nice looking model, that, you know. It's really characterful kind of thing with the cloak and little Bart behind him.
Bartholomew the familiar.
Bartholomew the familiar.
Brilliant.
Cool.
It's a nice model, actually. It's even better than it actually looks because of the 3D aspect of it. Once you see it in camera focuses, in sort of the 3D way, you can see there's a lot more going on. Kind of looks like from the picture, it looks like the familiar was like on his shoulder as opposed to its...
yeah, on a little... yeah.
But yeah, I like that.
Cool.
So who's next? The Locust. Right. The Locust. Okay, so we have the sprue for the Locust. There he is. Got some twin blades there, another blade there. Lots of blades. It's got this cool banner thing going on. Nice. Okay. And the base. And the constructions. So, pass that to Colette. So we have part 2 and 1. And part 3, which are all cloak and body parts. He's almost got like a Dark Angel sort of appearance to him, the way he stood. Part 4 is it a sword or a staff he's sort of holding on to? I'll have to have a look at that. We'll get these bits off and then we'll be back. Okay, so we have these two parts, which are the front, which will go together much like that. And then this bit makes up the back part, so this is part 2. So probably best to fit 2 to that. No, we'll do it the way it says, that makes more sense. Fit 2 to that, and then fit that one on there, like that. And then this is a staff, like a cane, more than anything, like that.
Oh, that's holding on to. He's like holding on to it, isn't he?
Very clockwork orange. Does he have a bowler hat as well?
No, but you can have a hood or without hood.
Oh, there's options.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, we'll have a look at those. Let's get this bit together, and then we'll be back. Okay, yeah, so we have 3 different heads to choose from. One of which has a hood.
Yeah, number 7 has the hood.
Which is that one.
And 5 and 6 are without hood.
Which are those 2. So 5's kind of got like a scarf around his mouth. 6, he's completely open up. He's got like scars across his head.
And 7's got the thing going up his nose, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Options. Which to choose? I don't know. So there's actually 2 hoods as well, isn't there? There's one which is down.
Yeah, and one that's up.
And one which is up. Oh, that's really... I like all these options, to be fair. Oh, So you get like 2 looks and do them slightly different because the bodyguard models. Man.
See, I don't like these options because you never know which one to go for.
I know, I'm completely stumped. If I put the hood down, I could like do a little green stuff bowler hat on it, you know. And some eyeshadow. Sorry, it's just the cane. It just reminded me of Clockwork Orange. Hood. Hood or not hood? Hood to hood? Or not to hood? That is a question. There's no one in the mind to wear a hood. So for the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to not wear a hood and take up arms against a sea of troubles. Who knows?
Are we going for the full Hamlet here?
Sorry.
Wow.
That's how dramatic this decision is.
That's his name now, Hamlet.
I'm going the full emperor.
Full emperor.
Full emperor.
Full hood.
Full hood.
So you want 7.
Right. So that would be part 7, is it?
Yeah.
Part 9.
Yeah.
Which brings us actually to this side. So we'll get those 2 parts on. And then we've got the cross swords, which are going to go on his back. Or is that optional as well?
Oh no.
There's another option.
Oh no.
So you have twin blades.
Oh, one
or
blade.
a single blade. I'm going to go with twin blades. But the single blade does look really cool. Oh man. What's this about? No, I'm going to go with twin blades because I like the symmetry of seeing the blades at the back. If you go with a single blade, it actually drops down. Oh, that does make him a bit more sort of...
Too late, I've just cut them off now.
Because then you'd just be able to see the cane. You wouldn't actually be able to see. So if you went like cane, no hood, and then... No, sorry. Right. We're back in a minute. I'll finish the model and Claire will have not killed me. And there he is, finished, surprisingly. So that's what we've gone for. Pretty much, this is actually the model.
Yeah, it's actually what's on me.
What's cool, what I do like is around the cloak it's got this motif. It could really be easily mistaken for Adeptus Mechanicus. But when you look at it closely, you can see every other cog sort of shape is slightly curved out like the Tyranid spine.
Ooh.
So it could easily be hidden as an admech.
As long as he didn't have that thing behind him.
Yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, I don't think he'd win a fancy dress contest, would he really?
That said, the Imperial worlds are that isolated. If a Genestealer cult did take over, and people just saw that every day, not really realising what it was,
yeah, they probably
could think it was an Imperial symbol, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It's, you know,
I suppose if you're not used to seeing that symbol constantly, then you would never know. So
that's a really simple model, just really effective though. And I could be really tempted, because if they're like bodyguards, I could be really tempted to get another one.
And do the hood down.
Have him with the hood down and the single sword. But then which head would I choose? Would it be Scarf? Or without Scarf?
Oh no.
Right.
Let's hope this doesn't have any options.
I'm hoping like there's like a different table, like with a full banquet on.
But what? Whether he's having breakfast? What's he having for breakfast?
So you got like cereal, or you got like a full English breakfast, or a continental.
What's he having for dinner? Is it a dinner?
Like a little roast turkey. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, a tea. Has he got himself something from Fish and
I've got a
Chippy?
feeling there's not any options on this one.
Thank goodness for that.
There we go. Let's get this one together. So we've had fast attack with close combat weapons, probably shotguns. We've had a leader with a sniper rifle. We've had a elite with a sniper rifle. We've had a close combat bodyguard-esque. Now we have a character who's basically about strategy.
Interesting. There's a lot of options in this army, isn't there? There's a lot going on.
Yes, I like this.
Seems to be very well thought out.
You never quite know what you're going to meet then. Right, so we have what I like to call a Terminator size base from the olden days. Not the olden days. In the olden days, it was still 25mm. There we go. I don't see any multiple heads on this. I think this is a straightforward build as is. What we do have is this cool 3D map. And this was previewed on the community site on Games Workshop. I think this was actually... Was it a rumour? I can't remember.
Might have been, actually, yeah.
I don't remember if I told you or not.
Sorry.
But that is Games Workshop.
Is it?
Yeah. So if you've ever been to Games Workshop, you've got the offices there, which they work in, which you can't go into.
Yeah.
This is where Warhammer World is, and Forge World, you go in there. And that's the Forge World outbuilding. And the car park is that bit in the middle.
That is absolutely brilliant.
So if you've ever been there, you kind of... It took me a couple of... I was like, wait a minute, that looks really familiar. Why is that? Oh yeah, Warhammer World. And the statue of the Sigmarine would be at the front there.
Yeah.
Well, a little plinth is, but
that's
there's nothing on it.
Brilliant.
I don't know. So it's probably just slightly off. I don't know. There you go.
That's brilliant.
Right. You're having a good look at that, aren't you?
I am, yeah. Yeah. I can see it now you've said it. I can see it.
So we all know the Genestealers are actually attacking Games Workshop.
Games Workshop. Ooh.
Taking it over. And then who knows what we'll end up with. Genestealer Thunderhawk gunships. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Genestealer squats.
Genestealer Battle Sisters. Not good. That is not cool.
That's cool.
That's not cool.
That gives me ideas.
Please don't.
Purple Sisters about.
You dare.
With the... Oh, that's a really good idea.
You dare do that. I will never speak to you again.
Purple Sisters of Battle. All with the helmets on, apart from the ones I haven't. They've got ridges, no hair. Oh no. I mean, we've got the female heads now, so I could probably do a conversion.
You can't do that to a battle sister. You can't. I won't talk to you now.
Right. So we need 2 and 1, which are the body parts. 2 and 1, quite straightforward. He's sort of leaning over this guy. He's in a weird stance for any model because he's not in combat or anything. He's just like looking over a table. So we've got head, which is part 5. 4 should be his Motorola. So again, like most of these, the fitting for the heads is just this little peg goes in there. Then we have part 4, which is the other arm. All his comms gear, I suppose, so he can phone up the front lines. So, oi. Then we have auto pistol, part 3. So let me stick him together, which will bring us to this stage, and then we'll come back and do the rest. Okay, so there he is. Pretty unassuming, actually.
Ooh.
Right, so we have part 10 and part 9, which is Games Workshop and the underside for Games Workshop. 1, 2 and 3. Try to find out how that lines up. So I've got his hand there, so that'll be where he's going. You know that much.
I think there's 3 pegs in that 1 and 3.
1, 2 and 3. So it should go on
like that.
Then we have 6 and 7.
Give you all the bits.
And 8. Which makes the rest of the table up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I presume this thing's hovering.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was like, that's not a stand, that's just like a cable connecting it.
Yeah.
So I presume this thing's like hovering up. That's cool. Right, so those 2 bits, those 3 bits are going to go together, fasten under there, and then himself and the table are going to all be attached to the base. So let's do that. Okay, so there he is. It's a cool model, I've got to say. The hover table and these. You don't get many models in that sort of stand.
No.
Strategic objectives sometimes like that, but actual models. It's pretty cool. Stands out a bit.
It's different.
Yep, cool. So finally, Megas.
Vegas.
If there's any options on her. Let's find out. Okay, so here we have the sprue. Looking cool. It looks like there is two options on this, on what is in our left hand, either the cultist knife, which is there, or a skull. Now whether that's a particular skull from a Genestealer, it doesn't look like it, looks like a human skull. So it's probably someone who's stood in the way of the cult in the past and she's kept the skull as a trophy.
Yep.
So I don't know which is better. Hopefully I'll have decided by the time we get them. So we're going to start with part 2, which is the upper body. Part 1, which is the sort of crest behind the head. 4, which is the head. And 3, which is like it connects to the crest at the front. So we'll get those parts off. We also need parts 6 and 5 and 7, which are the two sides of her robe and her legs. And those two parts are just going to go together. So I'll get that together, see if there's any issues. Everything so far today has gone together really easily. I'm really impressed actually by how things have gone together. The only thing I dropped was the familiar's head. So, and everything's just really well fitting so far. Which is why I've not really had to stop and show you how things fit together. But there's the back. And again, obviously it's going to fit in there perfectly. And that's the front part I was on about, which fits. It's got like those rigid parts that it fits onto there. That's going to go on the front, like so. I mean, this is almost going together without glue, but it will fall apart if I drop it. Then we've got the head, which again is going to fit into place. Got the legs there. And that's 6.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweeping around, so that's just going to go over the leg there.
7.
And 7 is the main part of the robe, which is going to go over the other side of the leg. There's actually a little clip on that, and a little corresponding place to clip it into there, like that. So let's get this part together, and then we'll move on to the sort of like the belt and the staff and the optional extras. Okay, so that's where we're at. Nearly done, really, to be honest. So we have the staff, which fits on the joining points where the hand is. And then we have this bit, which I'll put on first. Oh, just lost connection with the base. Should wait till it dried. We've got the gun holster. There's like a little nodule which is going to go in there. So we'll stick these two parts on first. I'll reattach it to a base, and then we'll make the decision on whether it's going to be skull or knife. Okay, so there we go. Finished Megas. Looking very cool. Went with the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the skull.
I think the skull does look good, because you're like, who the heck was that? But the knife, it's, I don't know, I think either way the staff's going down and the knife's going up, kind of like aesthetically. Preference.
Like anyone that gets in her way, she's just going to stab him and then just boot him out of the way, ain't she?
I'm not just going to make anyone who gets in the way his head explode, but that's...
yeah. That's...
She's awesome though.
Can get messy though, that, can't it, really?
Right.
So that's your little army then.
Okay, so these are all the new models together. All looking very awesome. You guys are all completely dried. It's not that long now. So, pretty much all the new models. The only one I didn't get was the guy with the Loudhailer. Clavicus or something, I don't know. Calamitous.
Calamitous strain.
Something like that. Try and get him again. But there's also there's some more releases coming out for these guys. There's the Ridge, Achilles Ridge back buggy or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Now, it'll be in the book in a second. The Biophagus, the Aberrants, and the Leader Aberrant. They've all still to come out, so I imagine I'll get them to complete the set. They might be birthday presents though, so I might have to wait a couple of weeks before we actually get around to me being able to open them.
I might be nice and let you open them so it's not part of you.
Yay! Right, so the book, let's have a look. I've referred to this quite a few times while I've been building them, just to make sure. I don't really need to because the instructions are in. I just like reading the book. Right, so the introduction. So if you don't know anything about Genestealer Cults, then this is obviously the introduction. A lot of the stuff that was in the first book from flicking through, but there are extras. We've got Genestealer Curse here, and then we have an explanation of how basically an infection starts and the creation of a cult from the beginning all the way until the Tyranid fleet turning up and eating everybody.
Nice.
Parasitic order. We've got like the statues of the four-armed emperor and such like. Worlds of the Faithful. So these are some of the inhabited cult worlds. Little bits about them. The Cult of War. And then High Fleets descend. So how they end basically. So the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, which is kind of like the main one that we've seen so far. It's the colour scheme I've currently got my guys painted in. But there are some cool ones. There's the Hive Cult, which has got a lot of purples in it. The Bladed Cog, we have a little bit about them. I do like them, I've got to be honest. The Rusted Claw. The Pauper Princes, I do remember them from last time. And the Twisted Helix, they're some of the main ones. And then we have some of the lesser sort of infestations, or just different infestations, like the Inner Worm, the Behemoid Undercult, Star Kindred, which is a cool name and a really cool symbol. The Sons of Jormungandr, I never know how you say that, it's a giant worm. The Blessings of the Wormlings, and the Cult Hydric. I remember that from last time, the name sounds familiar. I have to root out my old painting guide. Genestealers of the Imperium, so this is where the cults are and their uprisings. Nice cool map, always love a good map of the Imperium. Aware of what's happening. The Hidden Dynasties, some more background information. And then we've got them fighting the Agmech there. And then we're on to the various creatures. So if you're new completely to cults, we've got the Patriarchs, which are the big models. I was talking to Claire about this earlier. I was saying I really hope, or really wish, at some point they'll do a remade version of the old Metal Patriarch on the throne, and he had a Magus like whispering to him.
Cool. That'd be a really good diorama film today.
I wish they'd just do the model, but I might have to figure out how to do it. One of those big patriarchs actually sit on a throne and actually look like King Henry VIII or something, just sitting there lording it over people.
So that sounds very much like the Wicked symbol, you know, where you've got Elphaba kind of facing the front and then Glinda whispering into her ear.
A little bit like that. Yeah. If
Moving on.
If Elphaba was a massive, over-bloated alien machine, killing machine, which had long outlived its normal lifespan and become just this huge, like almost Godfather-esque, massive bloated thing.
No.
Yeah. Sort of like King Henry VIII at the end,
I
when
mean,
he was
like,
just huge.
Yeah.
Sat there going, blah. That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
Then we've got the Megases. Obviously, we've got the cool new Megas model and the old Megas model, which is also cool. Say old, it's still fairly new to me. Cause
yeah, we got it in a box set, didn't we?
Yeah. As far as news I'm concerned. We've got the Primuses. Again, there's not. I don't know if there's another model. I don't remember seeing another model.
I don't think there is. I think there's just that
the
one
that
that
came in the box. So.
Yeah.
The Band of Errors, the
Icon
Wards. Clamavase. This is the guy I haven't got yet. He's the guy with the loudspeaker who goes around. I don't know. The voice of truth.
You won the lottery.
Yeah.
Well done.
You've won the lottery. You can join the cult. Yay! Look at you. The Luxes, which appear to be bodyguards. The Sanxes, which are assassins, either close combat assassins or ranged ones. Always a good reason to get to. The Kellamorph, who is part of the Kill Team
Box set.
I was hoping they released that second one. It was a cool model.
They probably will do as a commander, maybe, if he's in there.
The Nexuses. Well, we've seen him. Guy with the table. And I got the Biophagus, which is the guy who's out next week with this weird contraption he's got there. And then we have what's next? Acolyte hybrids and hybrid metamorphs, some of my favourite models. Neophyte hybrids, pure strains, aberrants. So they're out next week, I think. Actual squad of aberrants. We've been waiting for those for ages, and they look really good, and they'll go well with the Biophage. And Abominants. This is a new character model, which is basically, I presume, an intelligent version of one of these guys. Bigger and intelligent, should I say.
And probably a lot more dangerous.
Probably. We've got the Athlon Jackals, who you've seen on this video. The Achilles Ridge Runners, that's the one I was trying to remember. So this is out next week. This is like a super industrialised buggy with plenty of weapons going on. We've got the Goliaths, we've got the Trucks and the Rock Grinders.
You got some of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got two of the Rock Grinders. I got two and I turned them both into Rock Grinders. Didn't get any Trucks in the end. Neophyte Regiments, Cult Sentinels, Leman Rust Tanks we've got there. And then the pictures. So again, there's the Primus and the new Megas and Familiars. Oh, cool pictures. Is there any different cult colours? Or are they just... I don't know if there's different cults on here. Anyway.
Like all of these.
So that's cool, the Four-Armed Emperor. They're different. White. It doesn't say who they belong to, does
no.
it? I'm missing it. Cool colours, you know. Got the Bike Riders. Then we've got this yellow sort of version. There's the Kellamorph, the guy with all the pistols.
He looks cool.
He does actually. And the Biophage is out next week. That's the Clamavus, who I don't have. And these are the new aberrants. And that's the Abominant. So you can see he's bigger, he's got a lot familiar with him as well.
Oh.
I do like the guy with the signpost.
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
cool.
just rip that up.
I wonder what that signpost is. It looks like it belongs to the Death Guard. Weird. Oh, the Cult of the Rusted Claw. The Hive Cult. Cult of the Bladed Cog. Cult of the Twisted Helix. So these are some different colour schemes.
Only a few though.
Rising Tide. Yeah, massive army. Complete with the other thing I didn't get, the drill.
Yeah.
Does look good though. It just cost. I'm just like the creeds beneath. So this is the the bit where the cult ambush rolls, and this is why we need these ambush markers.
And the ruler, it looks like.
And the ruler as well. So cult ambush. I'll just show you guys because I don't really want to read anything there because my throat is absolutely killing me at this point. But there's cult ambush. Feel free to pause the video at any point. Those are the ambush rules. And then obviously the rules for the models. We'll focus on the ones that we've got today, I think. What's the Abominant so next week? Strength 6. Power Sword John. Times that by 2. Strength 10. Nice. So we've got the Alphas. So single model armed with a Jackal sniper rifle, auto pistol and blasting charges. Movement 14, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 2, strength 3, toughness 4, wounds 5, attacks 3, leadership 8 and civ 5 plus. The Jackal sniper rifle, pretty much a sniper rifle. By range 36 inches, heavy 1. Strength 4, -2 to AP, D3 damage. If you roll 60 when you get the extra mortal wound, you can target characters even if they're not the close unit. Blasting charges, no change there. Cult ambush, that's it. Unquestioning loyalty, sorry. And skilled outrider. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks that target this unit in the shooting phase. And the ability is priority target sighted. At the start of your shooting phase, select an enemy unit that is visible and within 36 inches of this model. Till the end of the phase, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by friendly cult units. That target the enemy unit whilst they're within 6 inches of this model, or within 12 inches if they are friendly cult biker units. And any model unit that can only be selected as the target of this ability once per phase. So a good reason to keep the bikers with them. So I got Acolyte hybrids, Neophyte hybrids, Brood Brothers infantry squads, hybrid metamorphoses.
Sorry about
that. Aberrants, which again are next week. So these are now squads of 5, used to be squads of 4, simply because you can all get them in 4s. So they've gone up by 1.
Ooh.
I think they've got pretty much all the weapons previously. Pure strains. And then we have the Clamavus, the Locus. Locus movement 6, 2 plus to weapon skill, 3 plus to ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 3, wounds 4, attacks 4, leadership 8, 5 plus saves. And we've got the cult ambush and unquestioning loyalty, questioning bodyguard. Also in 3 inches of a friendly cult leader character. Sorry. You can select one of the locuses to intercept an attack instead of using the unquestioned loyalty ability. If you do so, roll d6 on 2 plus, the character does not lose a wound, but the selected model suffers 1 mortal wound. And you cannot then use the unquestioned loyalty ability to avoid this. On a roll of 1, the original model loses the wound. So 2 plus, they basically take the hit and it becomes a mortal wound either way. We've got the Neurotromal Rod. Subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of units while they're in 6 inches of any enemy locuses. That's nasty as well.
Very.
Sudden Strike. Charge phase. If this model is within 6 inches of an enemy unit, after your opponent has completed all of their charge moves, it can perform a heroic intervention. This model can move up to 6 inches and perform an heroic intervention, and can choose to move towards the nearest enemy character within 6 inches rather than the nearest enemy model. So you can actually use them as a counter assassin almost. Quicksilver dodge, 5+ invulnerable save. Quicksilver strike, always strikes first, as per the rules. The Sanctus, this was the hardest decision of the day. Movement 6, weapon ability skill of 2+, strength toughness of 3, wounds and attacks of 4, leadership 8, and a 5+ save. Comes with a sniper rifle. It's also guided by Soul Sight Familiar, which attacks using the familiar claws. So the sniper rifle, pretty much the same, 36 inches, heavy one, strength 4, only AP -1 though, D3 attacks. Same rule as before with the character hitting on a 6+, does mortal wound. But if it's a psyker and they get wounded by this, it also causes them to take a Perils of the Warp test. So very good at killing psykers. Familiar claws is just a 4, strength 4. Damage 1 attack. You can make 2 additional attacks with that. And the Sanctus Biodagger, this nearly got chosen. Strength 1, -2 AP and 2 to damage. And each time the bearer fights with this, they can make an additional attack. And the weapon always wounds on a 2+, unless it's targeting vehicles or Titanic units. So 5 attacks, potentially 2 damage each, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. Potentially, you're looking at 8 or 10 damage in a round. That's why it was very attractive. This model can replace the sniper rifle with a biodagger, so it doesn't get both. Got to pick. Cult Ambush and Question Loyalty. Cult Assassin. This model never have a warlord trait. In addition, a perfect ambush stratagem has a command point value cost of 0 if it's being used on this model. So it basically gets to use it for free. Camel Cloak, add 2 to the saving throws made for this model instead of 1. And Soul Sight Familiar units do not receive any benefits from cover to those saving throws for attacks made by this model. So no cover. The Calamor, we've got the Nexus. Nexus being move 6, 3 to weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength and toughness also 3, wounds 4, attacks 3, leadership 8, 5+ to save, armed with an auto pistol. Cult Ambush and Question Loyalty as standard, and then Strategic Coordinator. So after this model has been set up on the battlefield, you can select one of your ambush markers that is on the battlefield and remove it before setting it up again anywhere that is wholly within your deployment zone and more than 12 inches away from any model. In addition, if your army is battle forged, roll a d6 each time either player spends a command point to use a stratagem whilst any nexus from your army are on the battlefield. If it was a command point you spent, the result, and there is at least one cult primus and one cult nexus from your army on the battlefield, add 1 to the result. If it was a command point your opponent spent, and there is at least one cult clamavus and one cult nexus from your army on the battlefield, add 1 to the result. In either case, if the result is a 6+, you immediately gain a command point. So a good way to get command points back does involve having a Primus and a Clavicus on the battlefield at the same time. And we've got the Biophagus, might get to him next week or whenever. But the Achilles Ridge Runners, very cool. I will show you that one. Feel free to pause the camera. The Athlon Jackals, I'll not read through all that. Again, I'll show you that. Because my voice is beginning to go again. We've got Cult Iron Sentinels, Cult Strike Sentinels, Cult Lehman Russ, Brew Brothers Weapon Squads, Goliath Rock Grinders, Goliath Trucks, Cult Chimeras, and then the Tectonic Frag Drill, which is the big piece of scenery. I do like the drill thing. It does look cool. What does it do exactly? I've not even read this. Treated as a terrain feature, cannot move. 1 infantry. Beast swarms and units that can fly can be set up at their end and move on the upper floors. Unless they can fly, infantry beast swarms must scale ladders. Once per turn in their movement phase, 1 infantry or biker unit with the cult ambush ability can move off the battlefield if all of its models are on ground level and can move within 1 inch of this model. A unit cannot do so in the same phase it arrived from reinforcements. If a unit does this, remove the selected model from the battlefield, and then of your next movement phase, set that unit up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. The battle lines before this unit is set back up, it is destroyed. So you can use it to basically make underground passages and move your troops around. Activate the drill. If a model from your army is on the tectonic frag drill at the end of the movement phase, and there are no enemy models on it, you can activate the drill. If you do so, first roll d6 for every unit on the ground level that has been 3 inches of the tip of the model's large drill. On the 6th, that unit suffers d6 mortal wounds. Then roll d6, adding 1 to the result for each other time the drill on this model has been activated during the battle. Total is less than 6. Seismic Trenner's result below takes effect. On a 6+, the Seismic Trenner and Seismic Quake results below take effect. Seismic Quake result can only take effect once per battle, regardless of how many tectonic frag drills are on the battlefield. So tremors, until the start of your next movement phase, subtract 2 from charge rolls made for units whilst they're within 12 inches of this model. This does not apply to units that can fly. The effects of this are not cumulative. Seismic Quake, draw a straight imaginary line 1mm in thickness from any point on the battlefield edge to any other point on the battlefield edge in such a way that it crosses this model. Roll d6 for every unit that this line crosses that is on ground level. Do not roll for units that can fly. 4+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds, and its move characteristics are halved until the end of its next movement phase. Okay. Useful. I like the redeployment thing. That's also useful. And then we've got the war gear lists. And weapons. And insurrection. So, some more abilities. Cult creeds. Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor. Subterranean ambushes. So, these look like cult specifics. So yeah, that's pretty good. I like the idea of being able to sort of tailor the cult. So, I'll let you guys read those. And I'll read them again. Got stratagems. And the Broodmind disciplines. So these are the psychic powers. And then warlord traits. So generic warlord traits, and also we've got some cult specific ones. So those are the generic ones. And then I'll show you the cult specific ones. And then sacred relics of the cults, all the war gear information, points values, and tactical objectives, and that is the book.
Cool.
There we go. I think it's exactly the same cover as the other one, so I'm going to have to make sure I move the other one away and don't get them mixed up.
Yeah, otherwise you'll be using the wrong stuff.
Right, where's these models? They're not in here. What's happened? Oh, it's the old one. Right. Cool. So that is Genestealer Cults for now. As I said, there are more models coming out. I will be getting them. It's just a matter of when. It might be for my birthday, which will be in a few weeks' time. We do have some Night Vault stuff, so there'll be a Night Vault video. We've got Molog's Mob, which is mine, and Claire's got the Godsworn Hunt. Try not to say that one wrong. So we'll be unboxing those. We've got the card backs and dice for them as well. So that'll be a future video. We'll try and catch up with the videos still. Got a bit behind. But we'll be doing some Carnivale stuff soon. And probably some Gangs of Rome.
Yes.
And we haven't even started painting the Blue and Plunder stuff yet. So that's still...
It's still
going to be in the future. Because I really want a pirate ship. It's as simple as that. There we go. So for Games Workshop, though, as I said, the Night Vault stuff's coming out. There'll be some more Genestealers. And then we'll be playing it by ear, seeing what we like and...
Yeah, what we can fit in.
What we can fit in. There we go. So please like and subscribe. Helps out loads. We hope you've enjoyed this video. And please join us again for more stuff. And playing some games when we get round to it. Well, we also do have a board game to play as well.
Yeah, we picked up a little game called Tokyo Highway.
So stay tuned for that. Anyway, you guys, take care for now. And bye.
Bye.